questions for Coach?
Better effort for you guys tonight, but are you a little disappointed that you weren't able to get the split, or are you pretty happy with the way you guys fought there at the end?
Right now, my emotions are better with the effort. The result of the game, I don't really have much thought on it, but I'm much happier with our effort. Once again, I thought our guys responded with a strong effort after a poor one, and the message on Monday is going to be we have to stop doing that. We have to stop putting ourselves in a situation where we're responding. But once again, we proved that we can.
Was that second period the way Miami came back? Is that tipping their hat to them, or do you think you guys kind of took their foot off the gas?
For me, it's tipping our hat to them. The one thing I didn't do a very good job of last night is giving credit to Miami. They're obviously a really good team, and they deserve more credit than I gave them last night. I focused more on us, and a lot of it had to do with them. I thought the second period was a lot to do with them. They've got a deep bunch of forwards. They've got some really good D. Obviously, Belpedio is as good of a D as we'll see. So I think the second period was as much them as it was us. I wasn't unhappy with their second period, but they did push back, and they took it to us in the shots and so on, and won the second period. I believe 1-0. So, but I'll give them the credit on that.
Can you talk a little bit about getting the late goal from Rauhauser? I mean, when they had scored to take the 2-1 lead, would have been really easy to say, you know what, we played better, but
yeah. And
you guys obviously didn't have.
The feeling on the bench, John, was they weren't gonna settle for that if they didn't have to. So I'm proud of our group for not settling for that statement. You know, we've the resiliency we've built up, that was there, it showed, and Alec made a good play. I'd like to see us not be in that situation, but at least we proved tonight that when we're in that situation, we can do just fine.
In my opinion, for what little that's worth, that first period looked like a really good response by you guys, and it looked like it. And I understand you give the credit to Miami for the second. Is it hard to give that first period's effort through 60 minutes?
I don't know if it's necessarily hard, John, but the variable in that comment is Miami or your opponent. That's the variable, and you don't know what they're going to do, which they did exactly what you would assume they would do, and that's push back. You know, I think we were fortunate on the penalty shot call. We didn't have a very good period in the power play, the first period, but I thought the effort was there to earn some power play opportunities. You know, the shots are what they are. We scored late in the first. That momentum sometimes carries over to the team that scores. In this particular case, it stopped, and then Miami had the better of the second period. But I think I'm not sure our effort was less as much as theirs was better. That's the variable to me in that comment is I think you can sustain it for 60 minutes, but what your opponent does makes it difficult, and that's what happened, and they're really good.
And it makes it difficult for us to judge where yours is.
It's difficult for me to judge that too, Sean. I mean, without watching the tape and seeing specific things through that second period, my feeling is they upped their game, and let's just say ours stayed the same.
How did you feel that Ryan played in the end?
Unfortunately, I didn't like either goal. I mean, I'm just being honest about that. I mean, there was some traffic on the first goal, but hit him in the glove that should be stopped, and their second goal is a wrist shot. I mean, now he made some good saves, but he had over the last month he had gotten rid of that bad goal, or the goal he'd like to have back, and the goals he was getting beat on were legitimate. And I'm not taking anything away from either one of those goals. I mean, Louis Belpedio is a really good player, but they were both wrist shots that I think could have been saved. So you say he made some really good saves and he did well, but there's 2 pucks that need to be saved. And I think if we lose the game 2-1, John, we're saying we get out goaltended. I mean, that's just being honest with you about that. But we didn't, so I'm not saying that.
Is Musser hurt right now?
Yes, Musser got hit second period yesterday.
Do you know, is he day-to-day? Or?
I believe so. I'm not exactly sure how it's been diagnosed. One way says day-to-day, the other might be more week-to-week.
How do you think Nico Kaufman's done? Because he's kind of had to step into a tough situation here.
Nico Kaufman has done more than fine. He's a kid who, anybody that crossed paths with Nico Kaufman, he's an unbelievable kid. He's a big-time student. He's going to be successful in whatever line of business or work he chooses. You wait for an opportunity, you talk about when you get it, make sure you're ready for it. He comes every day and tries as hard as he can, and I think he's done really well. And now he's played his way into the conversation when we do get healthy.
What, as a team, what do you take from Spiez's goal in the second OT?
Not much. To me, no. I mean, I'm happy that the fans are happy and our players are happy. I mean, Miami would have been happy had they scored that goal, which, Ryan made sure that didn't happen, Ryan Bednar. But it goes down as a tie, and if it's a league game, that's an extra point for us, so that matters. But I don't take a whole lot from that. The result was a tie, and I'm happy that we were able to score late. Feel good about tonight's effort, and not as good about last night's effort.
Questions for Alec Rauhauser?
After the way you guys played last night, how do you think you responded tonight as a team?
Yeah, last night left a bad taste, I think, in everybody's mouth. I know everybody wanted to play better last night. I think coming out tonight, we started great. We were getting shots in the first period. I think we had 10 shots and we had 14 last night. So just putting more pucks on the net. And I think just our first period set the tone.
It's 2 weeks in a row now. You guys kind of had that slow start on Friday before you pick it up on Saturday. You've been here now. This is your second year. Do you think you have a diagnosis what's going on, or is it just one of those things?
No, if I knew, I wish we could do something about it, but I just have nothing to say about it. I don't know why we're coming out slow on Fridays. It's something we'd like to change so we can have an opportunity to sweep on the weekend instead of an opportunity to split. So.
Can you talk a little bit about your late goal? I mean, it's a scrambly kind of a situation. Can you kind of walk through it?
Yeah, Coach Schutte and Coach Eigner do a great job talking 6-on-5 with us all the time. We work on it in practice, so we know the plays. We know where guys are going to be. So Skip just Bayless made a good pass out to Brett, and Brett I was calling for it, and he just slipped it over to me, and I just kind of waited the defender out, and Max Johnson was in front of that, and I don't even think the goalie saw it, so it was a great job by Max in front of that.
Can you talk a little bit about the value of getting the tie first of all, if you would, just getting that goal to salvage a weekend?
Yeah, I mean, it goes down as a tie, but it's always nice to score in overtime. The guys are happy and everything. Much better result than last night. I mean, nobody felt good after last night, so just getting that moral victory, I guess, tonight with that overtime goal just felt good.
That it?
Thank you.
Big sound. Yep.